How true is this love story of mine? I'm talking about Slash and how I wonder how true this is. You know how, because when you're growing up and even when you're older, like me, I'm older now, 53. I'm older than you, Slash. Remember that. I know you're turning 50 on the 23rd of this month. Happy birthday coming up. I'm sure that your 50th birthday must be an amazing, amazing time of your life. But all of your birthdays were like that. I'm chewing a piece of gum. It's fresh, and I knew that when I tasted onions on my tongue from last night's onions, and I thought, I wonder if they can tell online here and video how bad somebody's breath is. But when it comes down to confidence and being able to wear a real smile, usually you know that the person's doing well, and then you can tell about insecurities or not. Do you think I look better with my hair down, even though it's the way it is? I'll stand back here and give you a little view of my place. I just took this out of the fridge and it's nice and cold. So I've been drinking it, but I still haven't had any coffee today, which is a kind of a record. Even though the day's not over, I haven't drank any yet. I plan to. I just went in my kitchen before and I opened a little jar from yesterday. I have about 6 ounces of perked coffee from yesterday's coffee because if I can remember correctly, and I can't really remember what I did yesterday for coffee. I know I drank some, and I think I drank more or less my regular amount of probably 2 cups, more or less, like because I drink anywhere from like 6 ounces of strong. I drink anywhere from I mean my good days, like 3 ounces of strong coffee all the way to like 30 or even maybe I should say 60 ounces. Isn't that an extreme? Because I think more or less my normal average would probably be like around 20 ounces a day. It's a lot. And some of the real people who don't ever drink coffee would know like 2 ounces. They just like so bitter and so strong. Like why bother? And then I could be right or wrong about these this assumptions. I'm just standing back here and showing you what I look like. I don't know if you can see I'm wearing shorts. And I know that I have really, um, I think, and I'm looking at the most beautiful legs in the world. So anybody who has a body of insecurities, and we all have something probably, even the real good looking people, but I can't stand this about my legs. Like, I think my mom was a shorter woman than me. Like, I'm only 5 foot. In real, like when I get measured at the doctor's office, I think I am 5 foot 5.5 inches. And I always wanted to be 5'6". And I used to tell the guys when I dated, like on over the phone, they ask you what you look like. And so I used to say I'm 5'6". And so when it comes down to my real height, I think I'm only 5 foot 5.5 inches. But I don't like this about my legs. And so you'll always know that I rarely wear shorts, and I'd like to because I'm always so over warm, especially in the summers when it's hot outside. So all at the same time, like because I've sat a lot, my thighs are quite loose here. Like I've got like extra skin in my thigh, but I don't know if you can see it. Like my knee, like there's a lot of extra meat here, or what should I call it? Like it's just like that, and like when you stand, it's not these shapely legs. Like really, I do have kind of like big knees. Um, big knees. Yeah, see, you can see on this side. I think the lighting's a little better. The way there's like a lot of flesh right here, and so I rarely um, wear shorts. But when it comes down to this, like I'm glad I'm showing you this online because you would never know for sure why certain people do things or why they do not do things. And so that's one thing. It was mostly always because I was insecure about my legs. That's why I rarely wear shorts. Like today is kind of, one of the few days I ever put shorts on. But like I'll put them on and then I'll walk around the house and then I won't go out to the store with it. But I can if I keep trying to get more confident as I tell the world my insecurities, maybe my insecurities will flee from me, and that will be a good cleanse. I clean my own clock out. And so Slash, I know that if you like, I'd like to play with your hair. Would you like to play with mine if you liked me as a friend? Just wondering. I'm asking questions to everybody like that so that they can find their true love. I want to find. Maybe it's not Slash. Maybe there's another guy out there who would like a lady of myself, and like you just want to get to know me really well and we'd get along really good, and you're in the music business, and you're like me a lot, and you just want to have a good time, and that it's not really that I'm trying to make you pay for me as a lady, but just I really believe in soulmates, like I was saying, and I think it's really important to find the people that you can connect with really well. So I always bring my mind back to Slash, and I'm thinking, all of those years, was that all only, was that only whatchamacallit? What is it when you when you think you love somebody, but it's really just a crush or it's just an infatuation. Maybe that's all it was. And but then there could be more because like you and I could be in music. We're both very very affected by music, and so I think we'd get along that way for sure. But I'm glad I got my leg up because honestly, I shouldn't be hiding my body so much. I really have done that, and it's done me damage. I could be much more sophisticated if I kind of be more open about what I am, what I need, what I do. If I was just more publicized, if I was more secure or show what I have as insecurities, I think I can help myself, and maybe other people can help me as well. Like the coffee thing, I brought that up not to just say that I enjoy coffee. Slash, you may have quit coffee. Are you a big coffee drinker, a small coffee drinker, or in between, or you can take it or leave it? I'd love to know because most of the time when I drank coffee over years, I used to always think of you. I would go outside, and I still do go outside in the morning, and I would take my coffee cup, and I'd be thinking of you in Los Angeles and maybe what you're doing right now, and then how we need our own coffee business too. We need one of those restaurant or open stage places. And my upper spirit always felt bad. My personal Kathleen spirit always kind of felt bad of not saying this because it was my real feelings, and then also didn't want to get rejected or not responded to, I think was the reason why my spirit was saying don't say anything, don't write anything because you won't get a response. And so even writing on the videos that I've shared of yours, Slash, like I never said the words as much as I wanted to, but I'm saying now, like even that Linda letter, the Linda Evans from your snake pit, how she must have been your writer, or maybe it was an undercover name, maybe it was an alias name that you had your person choose for you. But when I was telling you I got that letter of it seemed like somebody really wanted to hurt my feelings back, and I thought, I wonder if you had something major to do with that. Were you sadly affected when I was talking about calling any kind of proposal off, or were you just like fed up, get her out of my hair, like she's a pain in the butt? Like, were you having that kind of attitude? I sensed that somebody was extremely upset one way or another, and I always felt bad about that letter. mostly the one that I sent before to get that kind of a response because I didn't really feel that way. I would have rather never called any kind of proposal off. I wish I would have wrote again, no, that was all wrong. I didn't, I meant that out of hurt feelings, believe me. And I probably tried to say that forever and ever and a day ever since that time. I've said it to myself. I've thought it over a million times, prayed about it, talked to you in spirit, wrote it down, and like just always ongoing, still feeling like, oh, I wish him and I would have met. I wish he would have wanted to marry me. I wish he would have wanted to say something more. Like I wish he would have said his feelings more. But I guess because he was so closed about anything to do with me that I never pushed it for real. Like I never really tried really hard for real to get to him, to get to him, to get to him personally, like going to Los Angeles and knocking on that door wherever you are, I'm going to find you. Like I have that kind of an attitude, but then again, I was just playing it cool. I thought, well, he went and got married. Like when I was in Edmonton, like between my mother becoming ill and going to the hospital after her stroke, like I was in Edmonton with my house. So that was a big change for me, just moving out of an apartment into my own home. That was like wonderful. I was so happy to have that house. I used to think of me and Slash living there and that he'd come to Edmonton. Like I was in my, it was like year 2000. It was 1999 over to the year 2001. That is the time that I had my house. And well, it was more 2000, after 2000. I wish I had that paperwork, and I do have it somewhere. I'm upper of the 12-minute mark in this video just to let everybody know. I guess I don't have to say that as long as I keep my eyes on the clock. But when it comes down to those letters and how I wish I would have wrote back and said, no, if you only knew of the feelings. But the girls know what I'm talking about. You don't chase a man. And the guys really never chase a woman. They're even stronger about that. They're really adamant you never chase a woman because then she'll know that you like her and then she'll just run the other way. Most men are very cold that way. They're like, even if they like, they're very proud and they don't show their feelings. I mean, unless they come right to that point where, I really have to. I can't stand it anymore. I really am in love with that woman. These days, they have too much. Someone like Slash has way too much to worry about, even if he had mad, absolute feelings for a specific person. I'll bet you he would not if it was an emotional thing. I think he's that type of man where his women all really clamped down on him, and they were good looking. I only have so much good looks, as you can tell. This side of my view, this side of my profile is better looking than the other side. And even the really good looking people, maybe they have a preferable side. But both his wives, and who else did he get affiliated with? Well, he got affiliated with some major players like what's her name? Fergie. Okay. Perla, his current wife. I don't think they're divorced still. And his first wife, Renee. And so is there anybody in between? Girlfriends. There's several girlfriends. Several girlfriends in between him. And then Carole King was the other musician that he played with. He's played with Lita Ford. I've seen him with a blonde recently in one of his videos. I don't know who she was. During that thing with sorry about the names. I'm pretty bad with that. I'm gonna have to like stop umming it and then finding out what I'm talking about. Oh, Bon Jovi's guitarist. That video is the girl, the blonde girl I'm talking about. But anyway, Slash, like I wish I could have you respond to me. Please do on your own free will. Goodbye for now.